You have John Malkovich in the show.
Yes.
I had no idea he was showing up. That was just a couple of seasons ago. And for fans of yours from the Rounders days that have Teddy KGB show up as a Russian in this was just a stroke of genius. How did you get him to reprise this in a way?
Well, we became great friends with John when we were making Rounders. It was our first movie, but we got to be the local experts because we knew all about Hold'em, and very few people did back then. So right from the start, when he showed up, we gave him the lessons, and we set him up to make sure that he seemed like, the smartest player at the table. And it started a friendship that's lasted until now. And we just called him and said, we want to press you into service. Can you come do this? And he made the time. And, it was obviously amazing for the show.
Well, we were aware that we were having John play a Russian. And we knew we knew that it was a great Easter. Look, we love little Easter eggs throughout the whole thing. And people have asked, it's so funny. People really get carried away. This year, people keep asking if he's going to eat Oreos on the show. It's like, listen, he's not eating Oreos. He's not eating Hydrox. Like, none of that's going to happen.
Well, people like to say, is he the same guy? Is he really Teddy KGB?
If Teddy made
in 20 years,
right.
he went away from the poker tables and suddenly rolled up a $40
billion
fortune.
We went back to Russia to become an No, it's just a nice, fun thing that you have Malkovich doing a slightly different Russian accent.
Well, but I think you're also getting into what a lot of people want to see is maybe another Rounders. That has been. Didn't we have Matt Damon on the show a year ago? Was something like that, Chris?
Something like that.
Brought it up, and he said that there was something in the ether. Is there something in the ether on that?
Yeah, but it's always just very much the ether for some reason. This has been talked about. We've talked about it with Matt. We've talked about it with the other actors, with John Dahl, who directed the first one and who's directed many Billions episodes, and it's just something for various reasons that has a hard time coming to fruition.
The rights are owned by a sovereign wealth fund, and they bought all of the underlying Miramax movies, and so it's a sticky. Listen, you have a high net worth audience. If anyone out there wants to go acquire the rights, any mover and shaker, and then come back to us with them, we're all ready.
This
to go.
sounds like an episode of Billions. Let's find
somebody. Put it out there.
Let's
put it out there.
Throw it out there.
Yeah, go get the rights.
Because Matt Damon sounded like he was totally into it.
Matt wants to do. We all want to do it. We all want to do it.
He
together.
totally sounded like he was into it. You want to give me an idea of what it would be like?
There would be poker.
Okay.
We catch up with Worm. We catch up with Worm. Find out what he's up to.
Yeah. Someone online asked me last night if Worm was alive, and I said yes.
Okay.
Worm is alive.
That's good to know.
That's good to know.
That's good to know. That's a start. That's something to hang our hat on right there.
Yes. Yep.
And is there any poker on the set of Billions? Anything, Bob, come out?
It's not something that happens a lot, but we had one episode in was it the second season?
Yeah.
Where there was a
third
Wall
episode
Street
of the
poker
second
tournament.
season.
No, I'm talking about off air.
Well, that's when it happened because we had the whole place set up with these 20 tables for this Wall Street tournament.
Right.
And there were chips and there were dealers and it was just in the air and people were going.
I mean, I'll say, Rich, that when we made the job we have now as showrunners, it's really hard to justify. Also, a little dispiriting to the rest of the crew. If suddenly they saw the two of us, they're all working so hard, moving equipment, and suddenly we're just like, who wants to play a little card? I put the eye shade on. It just feels like the wrong sort of thing. When we made Ocean's 13, and we're living in a casino that was built for the thing for months.
Yes.
There was a running poker game. We played poker every day that we shot that movie. There was a poker game, and most nights afterwards, that was a long-running poker game. And on Rounders, we played all the time too. But on this one, because of our position, we're gonna act like a modicum of professionalism.
It was that one day we had Phil Hellmuth there, who did a cameo in that episode, and he, so he was happy to sort of make a game happen.
Do you remember even that day we played this mini tournament and we made the blinds go really fast? But it was during our lunch break, and then you could feel everyone wanting, the people playing wanted to keep it going. And I remember an assistant director whispering to us, we should probably wrap this up.
You're going to go over budget. You're going to go over budget.
Maybe because, and then it's all right, shove.
Blinds are really going up.
Shove, the blinds are up.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.